This is Onderon. It looks like there's a long line to get into the Isis starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon.
If they decide to do a cargo search, we're gonna be in trouble.
Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the Jungle Moon nearby. It's your call.
You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky.
I remember the days when welcoming committee used to mean something, without being followed by blaster bolts. Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. It's mostly jungle and mountain. I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here. Maybe that's why there's all these clearings around. Maybe they were once settlements.
There were no settlements here. Those clearings were most likely once craters or crash sites.
Crash sites?
This is Dxun, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic. The remains of whatever outposts you detected here are military ones. We should be careful.
This is where the Mandalorian Wars started? This doesn't look like much of a battlefield.
Much is buried here, and there is much that should remain buried.
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target. Until the ship is repaired, we're not going anywhere. Unless you can find another route to Onderon, we should sit tight.
There may be a means to get to Onderon by another route. The Force has guided us here for a reason. We should explore our surroundings. There is something here.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right. Predators. Not small flit darters, but big, mean, nasty predators.
Nevertheless, we should explore our surroundings. And that nearby outpost would be as good a place as any to begin.
I agree. Going off alone is just asking for trouble, especially when there's no more reason for it other than a cryptic whim. No offense.
If we hope to get to Onderon, and leave this moon, then we need to explore this place. We landed here for a reason, I am certain of it.
Well, if you go, be careful. No telling what other ships were forced down in the battle.
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, I understand. What's so important about this place?
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began. She fought here once, and there are things here she must see.
She fought here? Why didn't she say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles? Or are there some you wish to forget?
contact heading to the moon. Most of the ship's systems are powered down, so it's about all I got. That ship may have landed nearby, though. Or it may be on the other side of the moon. So you might want to prepare for another friendly Onderon welcome.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me. That's another one for me. Let's do that. That's another one for me. 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 You thinking what I'm thinking? These jungles are filled with long, narrow paths, dumb beasts that just keep charging at you. This place is perfect for mines. If the carcasses were worth anything, you could make a fortune. Ready? What is it?
The orbital fighting just ended. That Colonel Tobin stirred up a Minox nest when he took a shot at us. I'm still working on the repairs, and I have to take down some systems, including sensors. So you have to do without me for a while. I know, you're crushed.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
Donos Emerakith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha, Dosimana Rochata.
Well, if it isn't the Zug brothers. Sorry, but this one's my bounty, so keep those weapon barrels pointed down.
Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sukun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Donos Emerakith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha, Dosimana Rochata.
And very dead if you keep pointing those guns at us.
Donos Emerakith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha, Dosimana Rochata.
Sweet talk isn't going to make me change my mind about you, Jedi.
Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sukun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Do mababe want to susin tu mukarata. Tu esrectonatada bear mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me borokra. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sukun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Moka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Do mababe want to susin tu mukarata. Tu esrectonatada bear mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me borokra. Ranamosibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkum Ratungala, Chabi Moju, Kosoracha. Donos Emaragith.
Well,
Donos.
You let the ship escape? I will deal with your failure later, Captain. But for now, find that ship. Our ally has indicated that the Jedi hasn't left the system yet. Send a detachment to Dxun. If you find anything, alert me immediately. Now get out of my sight.
Let us end this.
Unnecessary observation. Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities.
Stop. That is not the skeletal remnant of a war long past. That is a recent kill. It appears that Dxun isn't as abandoned as we would be led to believe. The past has a curious attraction to us all. Perhaps he came in a small shuttle to revisit old battlegrounds. Perhaps not. But let us press forward. You may find the answers you seek. What is it?
I'm good to go.
Hold it right there. We've got you surrounded.
great, just what we needed. Mandalorians.
I'm surprised you got this far. The jungle doesn't usually let its prey go that easily. What are you doing here? We claimed this moon decades ago, when we reforged ourselves after Exar Ku's defeat. Some of us call it home. Why are you trespassing here? We expected as much. Few visit Dxun by choice. We have orders to escort you to our camp. Our leader wants to speak to you.
So you're the intruder. Our sensors picked up your handiwork in space. I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. Scattered perhaps, but we're still alive. Alive and rebuilding. Many Mandalorians have fallen from the path of honor and are now no more than common mercenaries. But that is changing. This used to be the heart of the Mandalorian war effort. From this complex we commanded an armada that had the Republic on the run. It didn't last. Mandalorians have a rapport with this jungle. Every moment here is a struggle. All creatures gripped in a constant war for survival. The sole purpose of the weak is to feed the strong. We train here and learn the lessons of the jungle. The beasts also help us keep our edge. Covert camps are not meant to attract attention. Because we conquered them, the people of Onderon still hold a grudge against the Mandalorians. So we keep our presence here a secret. So it's transportation you want. It so happens I have a small shuttle that's more than capable of running the Onderon military blockade. I make occasional trips to ISIS for information and supplies. If you want to go with me, you're going to have to prove your worth. I don't travel with anyone I'm not sure of. You look capable, but ISIS can be a dangerous place. If you want to travel on my shuttle, I want to make sure you aren't going to be a liability. Mandalore is the name we give to our leader. Becoming Mandalore is the greatest honor any Mandalorian could aspire to. When our leader falls in battle, the most worthy takes his place. So even though your army killed our leader, it was only a matter of time before we chose someone new. Me. I'll let Kex know that you check out. We found more gear than we can use, so you can trade with him if you need some more supplies. Be careful in the jungle. Our patrols have stopped until the space traffic dies down. The challenging beasts have been cleared from the area, but what's left might still be too much for you.
We've called off our patrols outside the camp. We usually find some entertainment in clearing out the worst of the beasts. But without our patrols, some of the larger beasts may be around. None of us will be around to bail you out of trouble. You've been warned. Our sensors picked up 3 ships landing in this area after the space battle. If any of the Onderon military come searching for those ships, we don't want them finding our base. I don't know. It was some sort of freighter. It didn't land in any of the clearings along the path. Knowing some of the larger Dxun beasts, the crew's probably already dead. The people of Onderon still live in fear of us. They were the first world we conquered in the Mandalorian Wars. Their resistance was laughable. We cut through their defenses like vibroblades through cloth. ISIS fell within hours. If they knew we were here, they would eventually gather enough courage to attack us. It is not a battle we wish to wage. Yet. Who knows? Our relay dish is down, and until Zuko repairs it, we're blind. The Onderon military has cordoned off the planet, so there shouldn't be anybody else down here. Still, our sensors occasionally pick up signals on the surface.
Signals? What signals?
It's like someone is searching the planet, and doing so under the noses of the military. Whoever they are, they've stayed clear of us. I don't know. Dxun's all jungle except for this camp. If you want to pitch in, go ahead. Zuka hasn't been able to get the damn thing up and running. You can find him in the eastern side of camp, just south of the hangars. Look for the sparking wires, and he won't be far. We heard reports of a Zakek wandering the paths around here. They're a good challenge for Mandalorians. If you see one, stay out of its way. Without us to back you up, you'll be dead in seconds. It's a huge red lizard that's built like a Baragwan battle tank. It has a hide so thick it might as well be Durasteel plating. We keep clearing them out of the area, but they keep coming back. They're tough opponents for non-Mandalorians. You fight a Zakek. If you survived such a battle, you'd gain much honor. Strong words. It would be amusing to see you try to kill such a beast. Try the outlying jungle paths if you're determined to seek one out. And bring me back a trophy from your kill as proof of the deed. If you head...
What do you want? Just you. You're no Mandalorian. I don't know why Mandalores let you roam free, but I don't trust you. I'm Kex, the new quartermaster. If a Mandalorian needs something, they come to me. Mandalore's ordered me to let you have access to our supplies, including some military-grade surplus. It's not free, though. You can pay with credits or trade in some of your gear. Doesn't matter to me. Blasters, energy shields, armor, and other fighting gear, all in good condition, though I doubt you could afford it. Yeah, I do. I don't know why Mandalore would let some outsider roam around our camp without an escort. If it were up to me, you would have been shot on sight. Mandalore must think you're something special. The greatest honor for a Mandalorian is to distinguish themselves in battle. But as age comes upon us, some are forced to find honor in other pursuits. They assist as freighter pilots, technicians, or quartermasters. There's honor there, but it's nothing compared to the heat of battle. For someone young like me, this task is distasteful. There are many battles left in me, yet I'm relegated to this. My predecessor was loading equipment from Cache D5. Mandalorian engineers must have worked a double shift on that one. The old quartermaster was carrying out a load of blast converters and walked straight into a beam splitter. Pieces of them wound up all over. So I got the job, and here I am. It's bad enough I have to stand here and pass out supplies while the others go on patrol. I'm not going to disgrace myself further by being your guide. The only advice I'll give you is, when you're in the jungle, shoot anything that moves. Then shoot the things that don't move, just to be sure.
Alright, stand back. Let's see if that... Sith's blood! Fixing anything in this rot-infested place is an uphill battle. This jungle attacks anything made by man. Restoring the generators and computer systems is no easy task.
I'll take whatever help I can get. Whatever wires and tech haven't been corroded by the jungle are at least 10 years old. I'm trying to get the relay dish operational, but several components are broken and need repair. Without the relay, we're vulnerable to attack, especially right now. Your space battle may have attracted unwanted attention, and our shuttle's sensors can't cover the whole moon. Seems just about everything involved with the relay dish is broken. I've been trying to fix it for weeks and still no success. If you think you can help, there's the broken cables right over there, and the relay maintenance structures behind me. You can find the telemetry computer in there. The only thing I know for sure is we need a new phase pulse converter for the tracking computer. We actually already found one in an old weapons cache, but flaming Canox ate it. That's a problem with Canox. They'll leave you alone if you keep your distance. But if you turn your back on the pests, they'll eat anything they can get in their mouth. They're vermin, and no challenge for a Mandalorian. Since they provide no sport, we ignore them. We checked the cache manifests, and that's the only one that was in storage. It's probably the only working converter on this moon. Just gut every Canox you come across. You wouldn't believe the things you can find in those little beasts. Alright then, come back when you have the converter and we can see about getting these systems working again.
Exploring the jungles to the south. I'm Zarga. I instruct our raw Mandalorian recruits in the ways of discipline and battle. I sent one of my warriors, Kumas, into the jungle. It's been 3 days, and I want you to bring back his corpse and his survival pack. If Kumas wasn't dead, he'd be back already. If you find his body, just bring it back. Good point. I don't want his body, just his equipment. Field strip the corpse and bring the gear back.
So, the Jedi comes to grace us. The battle circle is reserved only for real warriors. Your Jedi ways won't help you here. For today, I have the honor of commanding the battle circle. I decide who fights who and make sure all the rules are followed. The battle circle is only a small part of our training regimen. A full Mandalorian warrior is a master of many fighting techniques, and here, all of them are tested. If you were to compete, you would have to do so on our terms, for that is the way of the battle circle. Those with great honor decide the terms of engagement. Jedi rely too much on their vaunted powers. They lose touch of the power of their arms and feet. Without your force, would you be a match in the lowliest of Mandalorian warriors? If you want to try and fight us on our terms, that can be arranged. 2 rules never change. Once you enter the circle, you leave the circle only if your opponent is defeated. The second is never kill anyone in the circle. The other rules are decided for each individual fight. The challenger must abide by the terms set by the warrior they challenge. Since you are new, the terms aren't yours to make. Break any rule, and the battle is over, and you are dishonored. We are not merchants. We are Mandalorians. The only thing gained and lost here is honor, and perhaps some skill, if you have the capacity to learn. Be careful when you ridicule a Mandalorian. If Mandalore hadn't ordered us, is there anything else you want to talk about? Not up to the challenge? I'm not surprised. Come back later if you change your mind. Here to watch your...
So you are the visiting Jedi. You aren't much to look at. Are you here to observe, or do you seek to prove yourself in the battle circle? I am Davro, a Mandalorian warrior. I have yet to taste real battle, so I test my worth in the battle circle instead. Our history is one of battles and wars, but there are times when even we must deal with peace. The battle circle allows us to hone our skills by fighting other Mandalorians. It pales to what we really thirst for, honor in battle, but it keeps us prepared. Talk to the sergeant if you want to fight. A few. No fights to the death. Other parts of our training weed out the weak among us, but that isn't the function of the battle circle. There are individual rules for each fight. The warrior with greater honor determines those, which in your case means any Mandalorian makes the rules.
This is our battle circle. You should leave us. This place is for Mandalorians alone. Even if the sergeant lets you fight with us, you will never truly be one of us.
For Mandalore! Here to watch a fight or to participate? You are new, so you will fight Davro. He is young and has not been able to prove himself in battle. Davro, what are your terms?
No weapons, no Jedi tricks, and no items. Just fist and foot. A true test of strength.
Put your weapon away, Jedi. Don't step out of the circle and pull any death blow. No one dies in the battle circle. Step into the battle circle. Now you will experience a true fight. Jedi and Davril is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. Davril is just a recruit. I'm not surprised you won this fight. A challenger has expressed interest in fighting you. As little honor as you have gained, it is sufficient to accept his request. Let me know if you would fight again.
I have lost. But this was no true contest. Jedi are skilled warriors, and I am young. I will train very hard to match you in combat next time. But there are others already here who are more than your equal. Braylor is one of the mightiest among us. He could teach you humility.
Here to watch a fight or to participate? After defeating Davril, you have gained some small honor. There is a challenger for you. He is Kex, the quartermaster. Since he is the challenger, you get to choose the terms. The battle circle is for training. It is best to choose something that will test both of your limits. In this case, swords would be a good choice. It is something neither one of you are completely familiar with, but the choice is ultimately yours to make. An honorable choice. I will send a runner to Kex. Your fight will begin shortly. Jedi is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. If you want to fight again, let me know. For Mandalore! Here to watch a fight or to participate? You choose to fight again. Now face a real Mandalorian warrior. Tagrin, what are your terms?
Just fist and foot like you fight with Devil. Nothing else.
Tagrin chooses to fight hand to hand. Remember, no weapons allowed, and absolutely no use of your force. The match between
between Jedi and Tagrin is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have fought well today. The only Mandalorians left for you to fight are our champions. No one can fight a champion until they have proven themselves worthy. And it must be real proof. The kind you gain fighting foes to the death. And a champion must observe and deem your actions worthy. There are two champions in the camp, Braylor and Kelborn. Until you prove yourself in their eyes, the battle circle is closed to you.
You have prowess in battle, this cannot be denied. But your Jedi teachings prevent you from having a true warrior spirit. Jedi couldn't have beaten us in the Mandalorian Wars. It took a fallen Jedi to gain that honor.
So the Jedi Order isn't completely dead. You always had hidden strengths. Very hard for even the wisest Mandalore to judge and predict. I have studied much of the Jedi since our defeat. I would be honored to cross blades with you in the battle circle. This is not a battlefield, Jedi. If it were, I trust you wouldn't have the same opinion. I prepare and train, readying my mind and weaponry for a real challenge. Peace is not our natural element. Mandalorians handle it differently. I focus on educating myself in the martial techniques I will need to succeed in the next war. No, it is up to the Sergeant. The battle circle was not designed to settle petty vendettas and rivalries. Its primary purpose has always been teaching. Learning from books or holovids is useless when battle rages and soldiers are dying around you. Real knowledge can only be gained through combat. Perhaps we can learn from one another in time. So I could only do that if I observed you fight an enemy in real combat. I have seen your matches so far, and I do not doubt your worthiness to face me. But the rules cannot be changed. The other champion, Kelborn, is in the jungle on a mission. Perhaps your paths will cross, and you'll have your opportunity there.
Any progress with the repairs or the phase pulse converter?
That's the best thing I've heard in weeks. I'll be sure to tell Mandalore about your help. Look, I have some extra parts and computer spikes. Take them. You can probably make better use of them than I can. Damn it. You here to gloat over your victories in the battle circle. Save it for someone else. So why are you back?
Zuka told me you helped out with some repairs around the base. I was hoping you'd prove yourself more with a lightsaber, but it's certainly a great help. Not yet, Jedi. Find some more to do around here. There's a jungle full of trouble out there. There is one thing. Before your ship landed, we were preparing some demolition work. All the activity forced my men to stop before they finished. The charges need to be detonated before anybody comes across them, so all you'd have to do is flip a switch. You asked if there was anything you could do, and I told you. Nothing in this jungle is as simple as it seems, though. We were trying to uncover the entrance to a hidden cache of old Mandalorian equipment. The explosives should be easy to find. Just get to it before the Kanaks do. The last month before Dxun fell, the old Mandalore knew that Revan and the Republic were gaining the upper hand. He ordered our best engineers to hide caches of weapons and munitions throughout the moon, safely away from the enemy's hands. Don't you think they tried? It's real easy to hide things in a jungle. Even when they found some of our caches, our engineers left them some presents. They're not much more than a couple of plasteel cylinders. Before you get any bright ideas, if you uncover cache B-13, leave it alone. Even if you survive the traps, it would require military-grade explosives to open without the proper access codes. What's inside belongs to the Mandalorians. Kanaks are nothing more than pests, but they have a real talent for screwing up plans. Just get to those explosives in the next day or so, and you'll be fine. I'll let Kex know that you check out. We found more gear than we can use, so you can trade with him if you need some more supplies. Be careful in the jungle. Our patrols have stopped until the space traffic dies down. The challenging beasts have been cleared from the area, but what's left might still be too much for you.
Finally arrived, Jedi. I seek to reclaim the honor that you stole from me. I challenge you here, outside of the battle circle. This time, we fight to the death. You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further. There were no wars to fight, no great enemies to destroy. I wish this was a different age, where our armadas were a force to be feared. A Zakek? Those are the deadliest beasts in this part of the jungle. Patrols are right to be cautious about them. I'll do what I must to prove myself to the other Mandalorians, but fighting a Zakek would be a short-lived honor. What? Yes, I suppose that is possible. We would both gain recognition from that battle. Your plan is acceptable to me. Together we will destroy the Zakek. I will meet you there.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
Wait a moment. Do you see that boma over there? The Force flows through even these simple creatures. If you empty your mind, you may be able to feel its thoughts. They aren't fully formed. Basic instincts, urges, dominated by every breath and every moment. Primal and unsophisticated. Good. Beasts can be easier to affect than other sentients. But you must bridge the gap between what distinguishes us and them. You feel its consciousness, yes, like a river before the storm. Use the Force to create a barrier around it. Make it with care and subtlety. And you have the potential. With practice, you can make any animal passive and pliable. But the cage around their perceptions is a fragile thing. Many things can break its hold. Violence, especially. With the Force, anything is possible. But that is the end of the lesson for now.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
I will silence this one.
Zargo is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I am in a difficult situation. A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking explosives to those sites and uncovering the caches, if they exist. This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swarming all over my pack. The pests were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack, so I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days. Blaster rifles don't use much energy, and their energy cells last a long time. How often have you had to change ammo? I do not need you to echo my failures to me. I need your aid. Even if I got by the bomas, there are too many beasts between here and the checkpoint. Bravery is commendable, but there is no honor in suicide. I thought I could survive until another patrol came by and then return to camp with my brothers. You must have cleared a path through the beasts coming here. If you take care of the boma beasts, I can make it to safety. My blaster rifle's been useless ever since I used it to bash in a Canuck's skull. Your actions are worthy of a Mandalorian. Return here when you have slain the beasts and I will be able to return to camp. Don't touch that button, it'll blow up all my charges.
That's another one for me.
I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
At last.
The Zakeg is just up ahead. Together we have a chance of defeating it. They're heavily armored. They aren't particularly agile, but if they connect, it can be deadly. But a skilled patrol of warriors can kill the beasts. We go into the clearing and attack it. Either it dies or we do. Beasts of the jungle are fierce and powerful. Straightforward plans work the best. If you couldn't find your way here through the jungle, then you'd be worthless in the fight. Besides, I didn't know for certain where the beast was. Then we fight.
I'm good to go.
I must thank you for your help. We have killed the Zakek. I will leave the spoils of battle to you. I am going back to camp and will tell them about Eid here.
That's another one. That's another one for me.
What are you doing out here? It's dangerous for your kind. I am a Mandalorian scout. I don't go on patrols. Mandalore sent me out here personally to track a ship that landed in the area. No, it wasn't them. That ship was damaged and screaming its ID signature all the way down. This one was trying to slip in quietly, and it was keeping its eye on emissions to a minimum. Our sensors almost didn't pick it up. Haven't found any sign of the ship. Just this corpse here. Looks like a scout, and pretty green too. The fool walked right into a group of Canucks and got torn apart.
Whoever these visitors are, they don't know their terrain very well.
He can't have been the only one crawling around here. If there's more, we need to take them out. You up for some action? We can't let them find the camp, if that's what they're looking for. We need to track them down and make sure their trip here is real short. Squeamish? Don't worry, I'm not planning on killing them unless I have to. But people do have a habit of shooting at Mandalorians on sight. If so, I wouldn't mind a good fight. There's more of these scouts in the jungle. There's many paths, and I don't want them to slip by.
If we spot any scouts, we'll need to take them out fast before they can warn their companions.
If we split up, we should be able to find their scouts, if you're up for it. I'm going to take up a position to the east. You go west. I'll make sure none of them get past me.
What happened to Lon?
He got swarmed by those little beasts. I think they're called Canucks.
I hope this mission is worth it to the Colonel. If not... Wait, did you hear that?
That's her! Get her! Set the staging camp up here. This jungle just never ends.
Lieutenant, 2 of our scout patrols haven't reported back.
2 more? Nothing is worth this.
More beasts!
Everyone, attack!
like the sound of that. I think you've just stirred up a mammoth nest. Good to go. Let's move out.
I found more of their scouts, but they started shooting as soon as they saw me. I heard blaster rifle fire coming from deeper in the jungle. You find anything? Surprised they wouldn't talk to you. I thought their grudge was only with Mandalorians. Find out anything useful from them? Colonel, huh? Could be Colonel Tobin. Tobin is General Vaklu's personal cat hound. If he's on your trail, you might want to steer clear of Onderon. I'm not surprised. He was probably acting on orders from Vaklu. If so, you've made some dangerous enemies. General Vaklu is the cousin of Queen Talia. He's also in charge of the Onderon military. He led the Onderon resistance when we occupied their world during the Mandalorian Wars. He was a worthy foe. Maybe more than a match for you. Mandalore needs to know about the scouts. I'll let him know your role in dealing with them. They're Onderon military, although they were trying to be secret about it. I've got a feeling you're going to need all the help you can get. One last thing about the battle circle. Your actions have proven you worthy of facing our best in the circle. Perhaps we can face each other there. See you at camp.
Head out into the jungle. Stay alert. Let's go.
Davril has already told me of your battle with the Zakeg. You robbed my men of a worthy test, but you have gained some honor for yourself in the process. You'd make a formidable Mandalorian.
Any progress with the repairs or the phase pulse converter? You do? Let me see. I don't know how, but these pieces look in good enough shape to repair. I'll have the telemetry computer repaired in no time. I'll be sure to tell Mandalore how much help you've been. I know you didn't ask, but here's a reward anyway. Mandalorians are expected to do anything they can to help, but you're a stranger, and you didn't have to help us. All right, if you say so. Again, you have my gratitude.
You found Kumas, and alive, no less. I suppose I should offer my gratitude. He's got a mind like a stunned Minoc, but he's got courage. He was evasive when I asked him what happened, however. Trying to survive in the jungle must have taken its toll. We'll see if Kumas will prove warrior enough to be worth all this trouble.
I was able to make it back to camp without encountering any other beasts. You have my gratitude. That's true. I was indeed fortunate that you came along when you did. Please, don't tell anyone what happened. If the others were to know, I would be disgraced.
I see now how we lost the Mandalorian Wars. You have a formidable spirit. I have no illusions that I would have been able to defeat the Zakek without you. I doubt you even needed me. But you have helped me secure my place here. I wish you well, Jedi.
I thought I would see you again. No more scouts in the jungle, right? Together we made short work of them.
If you yearn for more fighting, the battle circle can slake that thirst. I'm here for that. It is not a true test of a warrior, but it echoes the thrill of real battle.
The sergeant chooses who fights who, but I would eagerly fight you in the battle circle. So what are you here for? We're taught not to. Mandalorians want to be tested to the limits of our abilities and beyond. We admire anyone who beats us on the battlefield. Instead of hate, we study, practice, and train until the next time, so we won't be beaten. But some young Mandalorians find this a hard lesson. Any veteran of the Mandalorian Wars respects Jedi like you. Your actions on Dxun validate this. But we aren't a simple people. No, I can't. We all have our orders, Jedi. As would I. I noticed that you killed more scouts than I. I am curious to see your handiwork firsthand.
Kelborn says you are worthy enough to face champions. You may fight in the battle circle again. You have enough honor to face a champion of a previous day. Kelborn, what are your terms?
Swords only. No items or the Jedi's force. And no sword of the Jedi's choosing. Just a simple long blade.
Kelborn chooses to fight with the blade. You may fight with fist, foot, and the blade provided. No using the force or any other item. The match between Jedi and Kelborn is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. I underestimated you. A difficult admission for a Mandalorian. If you fight in the circle again this day, you will face the bravest and strongest of us, Braylor.
I see now why we couldn't win against you during the war. Even fighting at a great disadvantage, you still fight as brutally as a Rancor. We won't fight again. I am curious if you could even defeat Braylor. Now that would be a fight to see. So what are you here for?
Here to watch a fight or to participate? We eagerly look forward to this fight. Braylor, you are our champion. How would you fight the Jedi?
No terms today, Sergeant. I would fight the Jedi with all of her arsenal.
Braylor will fight you as you are. Still no killing and no leaving the battle circle. But you may use whatever else you want. The match between Jedi Jedi and Braylor is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have defeated the most worthy of us. You walk away the champion of the battle circle this day. We will not forget your deeds, or the honor you have earned this day.
And so, I lose again. I still have much to learn. The last Jedi I fought was in a ship-to-ship battle on Malachor 5. I lost, but was spared. Before the Mandalorian Wars, we looked at Jedi as weak. Their code restricted their full potential. The Jedi were limited by a narrow sense of morality that couldn't survive a real war. But our view was the narrow one. I see that clearly now. I sense we both learned something today.
You defeated Braylor in the battle circle. Either you're very lucky, or you're a lot tougher than you look. Kelborn said you dispatched some covert military scouts in the jungle with him. He spoke highly of your work. The gate guard said you managed to kill a Zakeg. Those are tough beasts, Jedi. You've earned some respect around here. Zarga told me that you returned one of our sheep to the herd. You have gained some small prestige by helping Kumas. How many Kanaks did you have to kill to find those parts for Zuka? That was a tremendous help. I won't forget it. You've made quite a reputation around here. You did better than I thought you could. I was planning on heading to Isis tomorrow, but I'll move up the timetable and take you now. You won't be able to get to the Ebon Hawk from the city. If you need to grab anything from your ship, I'd do it now. I know, it made quite a racket. Good work. That's to be expected. They don't really like it when someone makes loud noise in their territory. It wouldn't be much of a test if all you had to do was take a hike through the jungle, now would it? You're alive, in one piece, and learn something about the beasts of the jungle. Are you ready to go to Isis yet? Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from Isis. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there. Colonel Tobin is General Vaklu's right-hand man. Despite his martial skill, he handles himself as a functionary more than a warrior. Back when we were fighting Vaklu's resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, Vaklu wouldn't have any use for a poisonous Kinrath like Tobin. But Vaklu seems to have adapted well to peacetime. When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet. It depends on who you ask. Queen Talia rules from the royal palace, but her cousin General Vaklu has a great deal of power in Isis as well. They disagree about many things, just like their citizens. We fought General Vaklu during the war, and he is a worthy adversary. Queen Talia is young and hardly a match for him. Onderon is a recent addition to the Republic, joining during one of the darker eras in Republic history. Since joining, the Republic has endured many wars and great battles. The people of Onderon don't possess the resolve and strength needed in these times. Many of them want to break away from the Republic. They want to go back to an earlier age when they could cower behind their walls. Their spinelessness made them easy to conquer. We're not self-sufficient here. We need supplies. Isis is the only place to go for them in this system. Not much choice. Which is unfortunate, because their animosity towards Mandalorians makes it inconvenient to go there. I don't blame you. They're a sad people. I have some things to look into. I'll talk to you later.
Ready to head back to your ship? Give the word and I'll take you there. Follow me.
There was a pattern to Revan's attacks during the Jedi Civil War. He sought to convert Jedi, not kill them. But that is not all. In fact, he fought to keep the infrastructure intact, killed certain political leaders that would lead to destabilization. First Patriarch Lelin Dor of Sirocco, the Corellian diplomat Mimis Yoon, and Yusunus of Achani. No, you're correct. The pattern ends with Malak. At that point, worlds die indiscriminately. Or seem to. Taris, Dantooine, all become targets during this time. I think he was trying to unify the galaxy against some other threat. I do not know, and that concerns me.